Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy Cup video. Today I got a special mail day, a kind of a rare Reggie Jackson card. Kind of been eyeing it for a little bit. Ended up making an offer on eBay for it and purchased it. Uh, I just got done watching the Phillies clinch the NLCS and head into the World Series, the National League pennant winning Phillies. Congratulations to my Philly fans here. You know who you are. I think Bryce Harper now has submitted his legacy, his Hall of Fame legacy, 20 years, 30, 40 years from now. When we think back about Bryce Harper's career, I think first and foremost people will be thinking about uh, this series, this postseason he has had. No matter what has happened, goes on in the World Series, he has shown that he's a Hall of Famer. Speaking of Hall of Fame, um, the Phillies president, I guess he called GM2, I guess, head of baseball operations, Dave Dombrowski. I think he is a Hall of Famer too now. If you don't know Dave Dombrowski's career, being a Detroit Tiger fans, we know all about him. He first won a World Series. First of all, he started the Expos organization, helped build that organization up a little bit. He was gone by time '94 came around when that big great Expos team that was ended because of the strike of '94 and then dismantled afterwards. But he won the World Series in '97 with the Marlins. He has won two pennants with the Tigers, two World Series, plus several other playoff teams. He won a World Series of Red Sox. Now he's won a pennant of the Phillies. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So you baseball Hall of Fame autograph collectors, um, I would think if you don't have a Dave Dombrowski card in your autograph in your collection, I would get one. As a card collector, I don't really go for the non-card autographs and basically kind of stay within the card realm. But I may, since he was a former Tiger, try maybe pick up something different. But he does. I don't believe Dave Dombrowski has a trading card. I have a Theo Epstein card from Alan Ginter from a few years back. Maybe Ginter will add a Dombrowski card here soon. Maybe, I don't know. So congratulations to Phillies. Rambled enough about them. Also, speaking of Hall of Fame, I'm going to show a card off here. It's kind of I picked up the anticipation, I guess, or possibility of a Hall of Fame. I think it was a cool card from the '80s. We all know about like the Glenn Hubbard '84 Fleer, how kooky that card is, and it's kind of has a value because of it. Even though it's basically a common card. Same thing with the '86 Fleer Mickey Hatcher. A couple cards that's has his weird images, out of the ordinary images, but has a premium. I picked up a one also a while back. This past week or so, they announced the finalists for the Ford Frick Awards. That's the If you don't know, that's the award to give to the announcer for the Hall of Fame. It's not officially their Hall of Famers, but they're Hall of Fame weekend. They are honored each year. The Ford Frick Award for the announcer of Hall of Fame edition, I guess, honorary. Uh, I kind of collect the former players who are Ford Frick winners or Hall of Famers in their own right as announcers, um, including Joe Garagiola, Bob Euchre, um, Jerry Coleman, Tony Kubek, some of those ex players at the top of my head. They made it this past week. They did um, name the finalists for the Ford Frick Award for next year, and a couple names that I recognize non-player wise. Cohen, I can't remember, the Mets announcer. He's really good. He's a finalist. Um, excuse me. Ernie Johnson, Steve Stone's won as a finalist. Ernie Johnson Sr., you know Ernie Johnson Jr. from his basketball coverage on TBS. His dad's a former player and longtime announcer of the Braves. He's a finalist. Also a finalist is this guy right here, who I'm kind of rooting for because I enjoy him immensely and I like this card immensely. So I picked up a card of him as a Giant. Is Dwayne Kuiper. He's a finalist for the Ford Frick. I think this is a cool card to have. in my collection. If he ever makes to win the Ford Frick Award, I think this is a card that if any Giants fan or Ford Frick collectors will gravitate to because of its oddity, his uniqueness of this card. So I don't know if I ever show this card here, but this is kind of one of my favorite uh, cheap cards in my collection, I guess, inexpensive cards in my collection. Is Mr. Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow are great. I'm not a Giants fan, but they're a joy to listen to when they tune in to MLB Network, and they are a joy. Another pickup I got, the Topps came with the logo fractors this year, and I wanted to at least get one logo fractor in my collection, so I got my first Max Scherzer Mets card. So I got this logo fractor base card. And onto the main show today. Rare Reggie Jackson card. You're familiar with the 1981 Coke sets. There's several of them out there. The Tigers had one. The Cubs, Red Sox, White Sox maybe, Phillies, among others. There's also a Yankees one that was supposed to have out. Was part of a giveaway. This 4-pack cards of part of a giveaway in Florida as a promotion type deal, like a promo pack. And I picked up the pack. This guy was selling on eBay. But the thing is, early in the 81 season, the Yankees dropped Coca-Cola as a sponsor, and this set was never issued. So beyond these 4 cards, which has the regular backs of them, as you see here, these are the only one Yankee Coca-Cola cards out there, and there's a limited printing run. I don't know how much there are actually. There's a guy on eBay who bought a whole bunch of them at the time. I think it was in Florida, and he had the wherewithal to buy a bunch, and so he's been selling them. I don't think he's got maybe 1 or 2 sets left of these 4. I think there are proofs of the rest of the set of Yankees, but they're blank backs because they're proofs. These 81 Cokes are a little harder to find, so I want to kind of pick it up because I bought it for Reggie Jackson. I really don't collect the other guys. I just want to, if I don't get him, the buyer from here, they'll probably be dried up and be a part of collections for a while, so I don't know how much more available it will be after this guy sells it, so I kind of picked it up now. He made a little offer on it and sold it for a little less than what he listed for, but I got the Reggie Jackson. That's who I wanted. I don't know what the exact print run on these things are, but I'm sure they're a lot less than the rest of the Coke sets from the 81, and a lot less than the actual 81 Topps card of Reggie Jackson. These other 4, the team header card, Goose Gossage, although he's a Hall of Famer, but I am not a fan of Goose Gossage whatsoever. And Rick Cerrone, I might sell these, put these up on eBay or something, sell these, and because I really want them in my collection. I might keep Goose just because he's a Hall of Famer, but at the same time, like I said, I've never even been close to a Goose Gossage fan. And I might just sell these and kind of recoup some of the money for the Reggie Jackson, because I really don't have much interest in these in my collection. But this is my Reggie Jackson card. Proud to have 81 Coke, harder to find, a little harder to get card of Mr. October, Yankee legend. And talked long enough. The Astros and Yankees game 4 is starting right now, so I will end with that. And I think I'm going to do maybe on Tuesday when my next day of I could actually do a video. I'm going to do a 2022 Phillies tribute video. Some key cards from that team. Anyways, thank you for watching. Y'all have a good night.